year, new me, new guy, new cinematic sports fanatics. My name's Alex.
My name's Kyle.
My name's Michael.
My middle name's Michael.
I don't have a middle name. Hey, how was your New Year's? Ours was good, right?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty great New Year.
Yeah.
And with a new year come new movies, but we're going to reflect on some old news that happened in the month of December. And I want to start, usually I like to end with trailers, but let's start with trailers this time because we have a lot to go through.
Okay, now we all watched these right before the show. So
yeah, we did a little bit of prep.
Yeah.
A little bit of prep, and I think for the most part, well-conceived trailers. Number 1, Zootopia, new animated movie by Disney. Same people who worked on Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph. Thoughts?
I thought the sloth trailer was hilarious.
That's really funny.
I showed them the sloth trailer. There's a more official trailer, but it reveals some of the plot, and I thought the sloth trailer was just funnier, so that's what I went with.
I also like it because I don't like, knowing the plot from a trailer.
Yes, of course.
I mean,
I don't like knowing too much of a plot from a trailer.
Yeah,
I need a little something.
There's like 4-minute trailers out there with like action movies,
Yeah.
and like you see every funny scene, and then like a really good line. They're going to use it at the end for marketing purposes. It just ruins the movie for me.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I thought the trailer was just pretty unique, and I mean, I even laughed. And
You don't laugh very much, do you?
never laughed.
I even laughed.
That was one. That was two. So that's Zootopia. We're going to go through these quickly. Like I said, the Deadpool trailer. Movie comes out in about a month and a couple of days. What did you guys think of the trailer?
I like the Deadpool is self-aware.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I'm not really into like action stuff, but I like a lot of humor in this. I like the self-aware fact too.
Yeah.
Ryan
Reynolds is
They
cool.
brought up the plot with the girl and stuff, but I mean, there's
You
got to
don't
be
know
like
much.
a subplot of
yeah.
like,
And they
other
keep
things.
showing like the bridge scene, so like it looks like based on the trailer there's only like 2 locations, but I'm sure there's more in the movie, so like, I think they did a good job of not revealing too much. And
I definitely like
it looks
it more
hilarious.
than like an action, so
Yeah.
or another superhero one. So, I mean, it was nice.
Would you check it? Wrong show.
Would I
Check
check
it.
it? I don't think I would. I would like check it at home on the internet.
Oh,
Let's check it.
that's my other podcast with Shane.
Self promotion.
Shout out for Shane, my favorite cinematic friend. So let's move on from Deadpool to Star Trek Beyond, which there's some backlash with this trailer. You didn't like the trailer.
No, I just wasn't very impressed.
Why?
I don't know that much about Star Wars, and just like seemed like new take on it was too like much technology and like.
You just said
too
Star Wars.
advanced.
We're talking about Star Trek.
I know Star Trek. My bad.
That's like
That's the
big
door.
foul, right?
That's a huge foul.
I'm so sorry.
I know you're not Trekkie. It's probably all very strange to you.
They tried to be funny in it too, and it just wasn't.
Didn't
See,
work.
I think if you know the characters, it's funny. I know the characters, so to me, it's like I know who that character is. I find that funny knowing who that is. I think it's a solid trailer. I do think it's a little too jokey. The past 2 Star Trek trailers have been actually very serious, and they left the jokes for the movie, and it works better in the movie, I think. So I think I'd agree with you to an extent.
I was surprised on the casting of the funny guy from the English guy, the Hot Fuzz guy.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
surprised by him.
he was in the first 2. He's kind of the comic relief in all the movies, but
Okay.
great actor. He wrote this too.
Oh, okay.
So I think that
Oh, well, I mean, that's
interesting. Yeah,
I liked all of the trio of what he did, like Hot Fuzz, all that.
Oh, great. Yeah. So for me, I like, but I know people don't like it. You guys are one of those people.
Tried too hard.
It's fine.
Call that a try hard.
X-Men Apocalypse. Listen, I'm a big X-Men fan. I am. But I was not all too impressed with the trailer. I do think it'll be a good movie because there's a lot of talent in front of and behind the camera. But the trailer didn't really get me. And I think same with you guys, right?
Yeah, I thought the star-studded cast was good though.
Yeah.
Rose Byrne, Jennifer Lawrence.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of a notable
It
thing
was
from the
the-
trailer. I can't even.
Yeah.
I remember
It's out of your element.
He was like, I've
Blue.
never felt this type of power.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which,
it was
So that's probably an
dramatic.
X-Men thing. I don't know.
yeah. Professor Charles Xavier.
I saw the he's in the wheelchair.
Yes.
No hair.
It's too
Recognize
dramatic
that.
with like the chanting and like the dark sky background.
Yeah.
It's
It's
like an X-Men
and then
comic
you have
book.
like the typical bridge being destroyed like in every movie ever. So yeah, a lot of. I think it was a good like kind of we exist trailer, but not a good like
What about people
come to
that
the movie.
love X-Men? Like, is this hit the nail on the head for them?
Not completely. I think for some things, yeah, but for other things, no. Like
Do you
people
think
don't.
it's a fine line trying to appeal to people that aren't brand loyal to like X-Men?
Yeah.
And trying to make it interesting, but then the X-Men people might get pissed at certain things.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Which I think this trailer definitely is more suited towards X-Men fans or comic book fans. It would not, entice newbies to come into it.
I mean, you can do that when you have such a big audience, I guess.
Yeah, Deadpool though. Deadpool is something that entices everyone except little kids because they don't know what he's saying or they don't understand. But here's what I don't understand: Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. This is a teaser. Period. We don't know anything.
Yeah, we just know it's the same universe with like different characters, I guess.
I would have even preferred them not to release the teaser because, like, I mean, I knew it was coming out. I know most people didn't know, but like, I wish they gave me just a little bit, just something else, a little bit more, just so I know like a little bit of the plot. Because all I know
supposed
is
to come out
November, so there will be at least 2 more trailers for sure. But Super Bowl maybe Super Bowl spot, which we can actually talk about later.
I don't think this type of movie needs that much marketing because I think once the Harry Potter fans hear of a J.K. Rowling movie,
Yeah.
I think it's set.
Yeah.
And that word will spread like wildfire too.
Yeah, I do think some people might need some convincing. Like they'll be like, "Oh, they're going back to Harry Potter." Like, "Oh, don't touch that. That was the best." So, I think to a certain extent they need to convince the audience. But
It'll come down to how good it is, though.
understand, too.
Because if it's good,
It's directed
people-
by. Is it? Oh, it might be directed by the same guy who did the last couple Harry Potters, David Yates.
I've seen all of them except the last one.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I used to see it every year because of Berkeley's birthday party.
Oh,
That's what it was. November, Harry Potter came out.
I
party at
can't
the
believe you
movie
didn't see
theater.
the last one. Last one was great. Talk about crying.
You think I'd cry?
No, but I'm talking about the people in the movie. They cried a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you like the last one?
Harry Potter 7 Part 2.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good.
Was it a good ending? Like, was it conclusive?
Yes, I would say so.
Was it like an open-ended thing? or
100%.
No,
Conclusive?
not open-ended. I think it's very much like the book has been closed.
It's done.
And like I said, it was this new one's directed by the same guy who directed those last 3, David Yates. I'm pretty sure it is. And he's also directing Legend of Tarzan, the next trailer that we're talking about, which you
I
guys
liked that
liked
one.
more than me.
I mean, I wasn't that passionate. I mean, I liked it more than the other ones. I mean, I liked it like Mike would say. You said something, what were you saying about the dark? Like how you liked how it was dark?
the dark
I liked
tone.
the style of it. It was like dark, like it wasn't
Dark
trying to
and
be funny
gritty.
at all.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember any like funny comments really.
You know what I love in the trailer when you hear Tarzan's like, oh, that was a bad representation of that. But when he's doing the thing, I don't want to do it at full length because people might have headphones on.
Okay.
But like when he does his like Tarzan yell, I love how like menacing it sounds, and you can hear from the distance, and it's very ominous. That's all cool. Samuel L. Jackson is the part for me that he doesn't seem like he fits into the movie. I think Samuel L. Jackson is a particular actor that you shouldn't put in certain types of movies because he's a little over the top, and it seems like they're trying to ground Tarzan. So when you put someone like that into it, it's like, what are you trying to do? So that's my thing. And the apes don't look.
Yeah, it
very
is
good.
weird. You could like watch a trailer for him, and then in the next commercial, you have him with those weird glasses
Yeah,
on, selling
right?
that credit card.
Great style. Those are good glasses.
They are.
I like them.
That's more of his
Yeah.
wheelhouse. But I mean, actors do that, right?
Yeah, no,
change.
they do. We'll see. Margot Robbie's in it. Are we all happy about
God.
that?
I might see it just because of that.
Hopefully, she'll sport the typical Jane outfit of leaves. We'll see. That would be great. And speaking of great, this last trailer is my favorite, The Nice Guys, starring Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe, 2 fantastic actors,
I like
directed
Ryan
by a
Gosling.
fantastic director, Shane Black, and he's a great writer. What did you guys think of the trailer?
I liked it because it was unique. Like it seems like most movies nowadays is some rehash or like some remake or sequel or something. But Nice Guys is just its own movie doing
Yeah.
its own thing.
Trailer was really well edited, unique, like you
Funny.
said.
I found it
I
funny.
think it showed a lot too much, though.
Yeah?
I feel like I saw a lot of the good parts from the.
See, I still don't know, like, I mean, like, the crust of the trailer or, like, the plot of the
Oh yeah, I'm not
movie.
saying I know the plot, but I think a lot of like the cool like scenes,
The money
or lines,
shots.
they're all
Yeah.
shown because it's a pretty long trailer.
Yeah, it is.
True.
It's the Red Band trailer. I'm hoping there's, like, more to be revealed, and I think there will be. But, there might be a little bit too much. I might agree with that.
Yeah.
So now, speaking of too much, it happened. Star Wars is upon us. It happened. I saw it 3 times. And
Really changes your perspective on it. Has it?
It's more entertaining every
It's
time, but all the flaws are still there for me. I'm not going to get into what I thought of it, but if you want to know what I thought about it, check it out. My other podcast, Check It. So, opening weekend, this movie made $250 million domestically. The previous record holder was for $205 million.
Titanic?
So, Jurassic World.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So recent.
Yes. So, not obliterated, but like did away with that very quickly, that title.
There was so much hype around this movie.
So much hype. It delivered, as you would say, right? It delivered.
It transcends into other countries.
Yeah, it hasn't been released in China yet. That's a huge market.
That's so much money to be made.
I know. And so right now, domestically, it's sitting at $750 million. It's $10 million away from being the largest movie in America ever.
Which is?
Avatar.
Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hated that movie. I turned it off in an airplane.
I don't like it. Or I think it's okay, but I don't think it's... I don't understand how it made that much money.
What was the budget on making Star Wars?
$250 million.
Okay.
However, it needed to make $1.5 billion to be considered a success. And it made well over $1.5 billion worldwide thus far. And if it wants to beat Avatar, it needs to make $2.7 billion worldwide, which is a lot of money. It needs to almost double.
Was that me? It wasn't me.
No, it's my computer.
Oh.
It's my grandma. That's what she does. But yeah, it needs to make almost double of what it has right now. So it's
tough.
It's tough. I think it could do it because it hasn't opened in China yet. But when you hear this, that it made so much money, what do you guys think?
I think it makes sense because there was commercials all the time, every channel. I remember like the trailer was first premiered on ESPN, I think during like Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
And
owned by Disney.
Yeah, owned by Disney, which a lot of people don't know. And it's interesting because it's like they're targeting people that would never be into Star Wars. Like who watches football? Like old guys and like people that aren't into movies like that.
Yep,
but
exactly.
Everyone was watching it. Like everyone was talking about it the few days after it came out.
Agreed. And what reaction would you have to it?
Doesn't surprise me at all, like you said. I think I can't really get a judge on the actual movie though, quality.
No,
because I don't think people are seeing it because of like how good it is per se. Because I mean, you were very excited, and I'd say, would you say underwhelmed you, Dad?
Just a little bit. I think
you had
the plot 8.5. Yeah, 8.5 out of 10. Which I wanted it to be a 9, and I would have given it a 9 if it had a better plot, and I think that was the main thing. It just needed to have a better plot.
Yeah, I mean, not too much I can say on it, except, I mean, it doesn't surprise me because it's such a big idea, Star Wars.
Yeah.
So.
All right, well, something that may surprise you, both of you. So there's a movie coming out called Doctor Strange, movie by Marvel, comic book movie coming out later this year. And Benedict Cumberbatch is playing the titular character, Doctor Strange. And they just released some pictures of him that I'm going to share with you guys. That's him as the Doctor Strange. It's directed by, do you remember the movie with Ethan Hawke, Sinister?
Oh, yeah.
It's directed by that guy. Screw you, Mike. It's directed by that guy, and he also did, do you remember that, something Devil with Eric Bana? We saw it with Joel.
Called Devil?
What?
Was it called The Devil?
Something with...
Is it the one with the elevator?
No, not with the elevator. It has something to do with the devil.
The devil inside us or something?
Something like that. It came out a couple years ago. It was like Joel McHale was in it.
Oh, and he was like a bad guy?
He was like a cop. There were 2 cops, and they were investigating. There was a zoo involved. Do you remember?
Not really.
Exactly. It was such a bad movie. But
okay.
But it's an interesting choice for a director. He basically has like supernatural. Yeah, I like Sinister. But like they have he has like supernatural powers and stuff like that. It'll be a very trippy movie. There's a picture of him. Here it is. That's him kind of doing some supernatural stuff. I don't know much about this character, but
never heard of him before.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't. But you got Cumberbatch. That is like
he's
awesome.
From Sherlock, right?
Yep, he's from Sherlock. he's just a great actor, and I think he looks the part. I'll show you guys maybe what Doctor Strange looks like later, but he looks a lot like him. It's almost uncanny, and I think we might get a trailer coming out for this soon. So I hope it pops up on the show. But yeah, any thoughts on seeing this? Does it make you want to see the movie?
Not really.
Nope.
Only thing I've seen from Benedict Cumberbatch was he was on Top Gear once that I watched.
Aw.
Oh, he's
He
definitely
was-
a good actor.
He was cool
great
there,
actor.
so-
My answer is not based on him.
Yeah,
just,
just the content.
the content. Yeah.
Yeah, but who knows? Maybe
Maybe.
Oh, Scott Derrickson. That's the name of the director, by the way.
Scott Derrickson.
Yeah, but yeah, who knows? Maybe the trailer will get you. You never know. We'll see.
Open-minded.
So let's move on to Assassin's Creed. Are you familiar with this, either of you?
I played the game.
Yeah, you've heard of it?
I've heard of it because you've played it so much.
Yes. A movie's coming out with Michael Fassbender this
Yeah,
coming
he's good.
year. Great actor. I love him. He might be one of my top 5 favorite
Wasn't it like
actors.
the year of him? Like
Yeah.
You were saying?
Yeah, it was the year of not Cumberbatch, but him too. It was the year of Fassbender.
What's he from?
He was in X-Men. He plays Magneto, the more recent X-Men's. He played Steve Jobs in the most recent Steve Jobs film.
Okay.
Do you remember Frank? Did you watch Frank? Because I kept raving
Frank?
about it. The guy with
the head.
with the big head.
Mm-mm. Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, that's not
Okay.
good. But so he is playing a new assassin, and the trailer hasn't come out. They have a few pictures here and there, but what I want to talk about is their viral marketing campaign. They have a Twitter for the So the premise of the game is you are put into this machine, and it lets you recount your ancestor's life. And usually, what they do is they put an assassin, like a modern day person whose ancestor was like an assassin, and he can recount his ancestor's life as that assassin, and he's able to learn and get new information by doing that. And this company is called Abstergo. So what they did for the movie is they made a Twitter account called Abstergo, and they linked a phone number for one of the main guys there. And if you call that number, it's a guy from the movie, Jeremy Irons. He's playing some scientist character, and you actually get a voicemail from him. And he says, he's out of the office, but he'll be back, March something. And I think that's really cool, and I think that's when we might get a trailer come out.
So more innovative, cheap
Yeah.
ways of marketing.
Yeah.
It's the wave, I think.
You like that? Does it make you all giddy inside?
I don't know. Video game movies doesn't seem like.
I think this
Not
is the
the
one.
movie in general,
I think this is
Oh,
the one, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool idea.
Yeah, really cool idea.
What are some recent video game movies?
that came
I
out?
can't. Yeah, are they?
Hitman,
Are they?
Halo.
Hitman, absolutely.
Halo had a movie, right?
No.
And we talked about one last time. The Legends or Trolls
Warcraft.
yeah.
That's coming out this year. That could be.
Is that
could be.
StarCraft or-
No, Warcraft.
I know. What game? That's a game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was StarCraft.
No, Mike.
Isn't World of Warcraft?
Get your head out of the gutter.
Don't you play that? Is that League?
No.
I don't
Oh,
play any of that
God.
stuff.
Kyle.
But isn't it based on World of Warcraft?
It's based on the original game Warcraft, which is World of
Oh,
Warcraft.
that's before World
yeah.
of Warcraft?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. But I think that's cool. I think Assassin's Creed the movie will be better than Warcraft. That's just personal what I think. 'Cause
Do you like the video
Fassbender.
game more, though?
What?
Assassin's Creed?
Than Warcraft? Yeah, I've never played Warcraft, but just based on what I'm seeing so
Cinematic
far,
things?
yeah, I think Assassin's Creed lends itself to being a good movie. You know, you could do whatever you want as long as you make it an assassin and make it similar to the narrative in the game. So I think it'll be cool. And yeah, to end my top 5 list of stuff to talk about, I want to talk about 5 films very quickly that I thought were great in 2015. And
Okay.
you guys haven't seen all of these, but I hope you do afterwards.
Lame on me.
Number 1, and this is probably my favorite film of the year, Spotlight. Spotlight is about this group of journalists that they are uncovering a scandal with the Catholic Church that involves children, and I'll leave it at that.
That's a real issue.
Yes.
I watched a documentary on it recently.
Yeah. So this movie is phenomenal.
That's something I'd be interested in seeing.
It's a really great movie. Acting all across the board is great. The writing is great. The direction is great. I think my biggest problem with the movie is that it's just stylistically very dull. You know, it's just it's well shot and stuff, but nothing that made me go ooh, that was interesting. And there were no, like, it follows that, like, typical kind of journalistic formula, but it does it so well that I didn't care that much. But it's just those little things that I wish it kind of was a little more innovative.
So what did it get on your scale?
It got a 9.4 out of 10. So very high claim. I don't think any movie this year got a 10 for me. So, or anything above a 9 point. No, Inside Out, I gave a 9.6, but I'm taking that down to a 9.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good. Not as good as Shaun the Sheep, but it's good. But that's Spotlight. I do hope you guys check it out.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
sounds
interested.
cool.
I had no idea
Pinky
that's
swear?
what it was about.
Of course.
All right. Ex Machina. This is a really cool. It's a sci-fi film, but it's not as sci-fi as you guys might think. It's about like, can a robot like have its own like mind? Can it think like a human? Can you distinguish between a robot and a human? It stars, Poe from Star Wars. You know him, Oscar Isaac, great actor. I don't think you would know him, but that's fine. You got to start somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Really great film, really well shot, innovative story. In my scale, I think I gave it a 9.2 out of 10. I do have some problems with it, but nothing major. I do think it's a film that people should check out. So it makes my top 5. I hope you guys do eventually. Last 15 minutes of the film, I was just it was a nail biter. So just putting that out there. And there's some nudity, so if you're under the age of 5, just don't watch it. But if you're 6, go to town. All right, Sicario. I've been talking about this recently. Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, Josh Brolin. This movie. Really, the last half hour blew my mind. It was really, really intense. And throughout it's intense. But I think the big problem I have with this movie is it has a very I wanted a little something more from the plot, but its characters are so good that it almost makes up for the plot. Now do you guys like Emily Blunt? You
Yes.
fans?
She's with John Krasinski, right?
Yeah, who got big. We talked about this last night.
He really did.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been taking.
Cover of
Probably
mental.
steroids or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
You heard it here first. He's taking steroids. But
Where
Emily
he blocked him
Blunt
from.
I don't know. You hear it here first. Emily Blunt is turning into this kind of action heroine. That's like hero, but for women. Heroine. It's a thing.
I know.
It's a thing. It's just because, yeah.
Heroin?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Heroin. Why are you pronouncing it different?
That's how it's pronounced for women. That's how people
Like
say
a woman
it.
hero.
Yeah, a female hero is a
I thought you were talking
heroine.
about the drug.
No,
No, you just explained that.
no. So
Okay.
that's what an actress that is a hero, a woman hero, female
okay.
hero. Feminists are gonna come down hard on this podcast, but she's become something of a heroine. She in her most recent role, she's badass. I don't know how she's doing it, but she can be completely beautiful, and at the same time you can fear her because she's so intense. So definitely check out this movie. It deals with the drug cartel, which I think we all know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very, very weird life to have, but I think it's a great film, and I think people should check it out. You guys especially. Bless you, JJ. JJ's here. He doesn't want to come. He'll be here next month, though. End of the tour. The end of the tour. I'm assuming you guys haven't heard of this.
Nope.
Do you know who David Foster Wallace is, either of you?
I think I've seen the name, but
David
no.
Wallace.
I know, that's what I thought too. He's an author. He always kind of has this rag over his head. He's played in this movie by Jason Segel, which you guys, I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
And Jesse Eisenberg's in it too. Jesse Eisenberg is his character is performing a journalistic investigation on David Foster Wallace's book tour and kind of to get an idea of who this person is. This movie almost became my favorite. I really like this film. I think a lot of people aren't talking enough about it. Jason Segel gives a really great performance in this. He gives a very real and raw performance, and there's something about that character that you can really relate to.
I think that's a lot of his characters. I almost called him Marshall.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
from singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. He really he's so likable.
And I love you, man.
Yeah, that too.
Same type of thing.
He really, but in this, he's not even he's very rarely funny. he plays a very kind of dark and disturbed character, and he really does a good job. I'm sure this will get no recognition from anyone or anything, but I wanted to bring it up on the show, and I hope you guys do watch it one day. It's good. And Jesse Eisenberg does not play that typical,
Jesse Eisenberg character,
which we all, I think,
hate.
Not hate. He does
in real
well,
life. I
but
would hate him.
yeah, we would. And speaking of real life, last movie that I want to bring up, Mad Max. I saw this movie twice. I would see it a third time. They were re-releasing it this year in black and white, which I'll watch it. I don't care. I like black and white. This movie was awesome.
To go pay, and you'd pay that?
Yeah, of course.
It's the same movie.
I know.
Why are they doing that?
Money.
Yeah, exactly.
Money is
the only reason.
Well, the other reason is the director wanted to release it in black and white, but he didn't because the studios told them that he wouldn't make the money back. Which, I mean,
it's an artistic expression.
Yes, which I can completely understand.
Sure.
But this movie, thin plot, great characters, great action.
Thin plot is such an it's so, it's just an action. It's just a scene after scene after scene.
Yeah.
The end doesn't even explain things.
The end's good.
I didn't like the end.
What?
Where does Max go? He just walks away?
Yeah, he goes on with his life. Because he's a drifter. He's a wanderer. He just goes from place to place, going on his random adventures.
The best part of the movie for me was the guitar thing.
Yeah, I love the guitar.
Pure why?
Yeah,
but it was intense.
And you know what else we have in this movie? We have a heroine, in the form of Charlize Theron. So this, I think it's safe to say, this year. This year has been very good for women because I'm one of those people who think that in movies women are kind of shortchanged, and they are. I see a lot of movies, and I see
it's his feminist class coming out.
No. I'm 100% serious. Women are very much sidelined in a lot of movies. In this list alone, you have Ex Machina with a very strong protagonist. Sicario with a strong protagonist, and Mad Max with a strong protagonist. So good year for women. Kudos to them. Let's see how 2016 goes on. That's my list. I hope you guys check it out. And here's the football going for the 80-yard toss. Oh, touchdown.
All right. Yeah, so sports, it's January, so that means the NFL playoffs are starting. Ooh. So it's some of the best time of the year. But before we get to the NFL, there's one game left in the college football season. To me, the college football season went by really fast. I guess that's maybe just because
there's very few games.
In high school, I just woke up and watched all the games, whereas here, tailgating, really busy. You watch a game or two when you can, and then it's just more of a blur to me. So, Florida State, you saw the game. The
Peach Bowl?
Yeah, we played terrible.
Terrible.
We didn't want it as much as Houston, it seemed. We didn't have any passion.
You had no quarterback?
No quarterback. Sean McGuire's a joke.
At least we didn't lose 40-2.
And he even got injured.
Sean McGuire's awful. Defense even struggled with their
I didn't even watch it.
Yeah, I was on the airplane, and they had TV.
Dalvin Cook struggled.
Dalvin Cook had 1.6 yards a carry.
Let me rephrase that. I watched a couple minutes, and then I was like, nope.
But Dalvin Cook struggled because they just knew put 8 in the box.
Yeah. No.
We're not going to beat him passing. Mike goes to UF.
40-2,
Not much to cover in that game.
Was it 40-2?
It was 41-7.
Yeah,
it was 41-7.
We also have no quarterbacks. So
they have
no chance.
Worse quarterback play.
Do you guys even have players?
Nope.
They're just not.
Zero.
You guys just exist.
They had one first down in the second half. It was just we watched it together. It was a bad time.
Vernon Hargreaves had a bad game too. I think he had let up 2 huge plays. They were touchdowns.
I think Jim Harbaugh's just a great coach. So it just wasn't that great of a matchup. I mean, McElwain did a great job. He's a good coach. But I think Jim Harbaugh, what he did with the 49ers, he leaves. They're putrid. Goes to Michigan. They're back in the top 15. He's a wizard.
Yeah.
So the college football playoffs happened.
Clemson
beat Oklahoma. I had picked Oklahoma.
I knew it was Clemson.
To me, Clemson, they always choke, but I guess this isn't the Clemson we're used to. So that's ACC.
You know what Jimbo told the coach from Clemson?
No, what'd he say?
He said,
go win it?
Yeah, go win it.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you guys about that in a second. The other game was Alabama, Michigan State. Watched the first half of that game. Really, it was 10-0. It wasn't a blowout, I guess, but Michigan State just couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, Alabama just dominated.
Really no notable plays for them. their defense is just insane. Just recruit all the Alabama boys or other kids from the South and just
Their D linemen are
feast.
just like
They're the
huge
reason the
animals.
SEC. Yeah, they're the reason the SEC is notable because the SEC hasn't been that good recently,
Really?
except for them.
Auburn was in the championship 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I know, but the last 2 years, I mean, people still think SEC superior, but I mean, the
Yeah.
only reason because of that is Alabama. If we're being honest,
That's why I want Alabama to win.
Okay, so asking that,
Oh yeah, I was gonna.
asking that, we got SEC versus ACC. I'm rooting for Alabama
Why?
because I don't care about like the whole conference thing. I don't like Clemson at all.
Don't you want the ACC to be better?
I know I totally get that argument, but I don't want to see Dabo Swinney and Clemson celebrating
And you want Alabama to win too, right?
Yeah, but because of
For
for the
SEC.
opposite reason.
Okay. Well, I want Clemson to win
For his
because
reason.
no, because Jimbo told them to win.
But Jimbo
And-
has the same feeling.
And
He sends his
I,
blessings.
yeah, Jimbo sends his blessings. So, and I support Jimbo in anything he does. So, Jimbo, this one's for you.
Yeah, so I guess personally, I think Alabama's going to win. I don't think they'll blow him out. Deshaun Watson's too good.
It'll be a good fight.
I'll say 31-20.
I say you're crazy.
I could see like 31-14. Like
14.
it won't be a blowout, but it won't be close.
The score, they might get, like a turnover at the end and make it look a little worse.
Mhm.
But I think Alabama's taking it. Are you picking Clemson?
I'm gonna say yeah, Clemson 30-21.
Wow, that's bold.
Yep, Mickey.
30 on Alabama. I mean, hey, once the playoffs start, and no one thought Ohio State would win last year.
Yeah,
So,
I think Clemson has a bag of tricks.
what'd you guys think about Henry winning the Heisman?
I wanted Christian McCaffrey to win.
Do you
it.
think he deserved it?
Yeah, he's just like electric on like everything on Stanford's team. Like he had a punt return this past weekend.
Yeah. I mean, we can't
rushing.
use that, but I mean that's how he played all year.
Yeah,
I have no comment.
But- He didn't
I
have-
wanted Cook to win.
Derrick Henry also.
Yeah, me too.
broke-
He wasn't
I
even
thought he would get
nominated.
invited, but
Yeah.
if he was healthy the whole year, or we lost,
Yeah.
I think he'll
if
win
we
it
had a
next
healthy
year.
Cook,
I think he'll win it next year
yeah.
with good QB play. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with Henry winning it. After the game, McCaffrey was getting interviewed. Were you watching that? And this annoying guy was just standing right behind, and he was like, Heisman.
Just like a fan.
And then he's like, Henry had 40 yards. Yeah, and he just kept saying it while McCaffrey was talking. My mom's like, that guy's so obnoxious. And he just
Yeah.
kept going. So, I mean, I think Greg Olson actually tweeted,
Colson.
what a joke that McCaffrey didn't win the Heisman.
Yeah, but I mean, Derrick Henry did break records also.
Yeah, and I mean, everyone knew he was getting the ball.
and Alabama
And
has a
in
better
the playoffs.
team.
That's
Yeah.
how it works. That's how it ultimately works.
For sure.
So, going to the NFL playoffs. We have 4 games this weekend.
yeah, it's
wild
the
card weekend.
Wild card.
Arguably the best weekend of the football because there's so many games.
There's 4 games.
There's 4 games
Yeah.
because 4 teams get buys. The
Yeah.
top 2
2 on
seeds.
Saturday, 2 on Sunday, I believe.
Yes. So we'll go through those. I kind of want to break the games a little more down than usual because it's the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure.
So the first game Saturday at 4:30 is the Chiefs at the Texans.
Oh.
I think we can all agree the Chiefs are the better team.
I think
they're rolling
the
right
Texans
now.
are going to win.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you have a reason?
Yeah, because
You
I
wanna-
think they're going to win.
Yeah. All right.
That's my reason.
Chiefs, coming in 10 in a row. They were 1-5. Lost Jamal Charles to an ACL. Somehow Andy Reid, that offense turned it around. Macklin's been huge.
Good coaching.
Great coaching. He had Macklin had the lowest drop percentage in the league this year,
Oh,
which
yeah, I saw
surprised
that.
me. He was on Reddit, yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Because he's never really been like a sure-handed guy in Philly, but
This is for
Those
the Chiefs. For the Chiefs.
those 10-yard
Yeah,
small little
Alex Eddie
passes
doesn't
Alex
get,
Smith can
far
throw
passes.
Here's the thing, though. They're playing the Texans at Houston.
in Houston because they won.
So
the
they're going to
division.
have that home field advantage. They're going to have that adrenaline in.
Mm-hmm.
Their coach is going to wake up because he was sleeping those past couple games. They're just going to have a tight defense, and they're going to win that game.
Yeah, I mean, last time the Chiefs were in the playoffs,
They choked.
they had a huge lead in Indy. Remember
Like
that?
the 42-44 game.
Yeah, and they had a huge lead and they just blew it. So I mean, I really don't know what to expect from the Chiefs in the playoffs. But they have a type of football and they stick to it. I mean, it's not exciting, but as long as you score more points. So I'm personally going to go with the Chiefs because I don't think if the Texans had a quarterback, they'd be Super Bowl contenders.
I think he's going to wake up.
But Brian Hoyer is just unimpressive to me.
Yeah, I
Chiefs?
think Chiefs are going to win. I mean, Houston won a weak division, so it's not like they're that good of a team. But
Yeah.
you never know with J.J. Watt could have like 5 sacks or something and
Yeah.
just take over the game. But I still say Chiefs.
I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
be
go
very disappointed.
24-17 Chiefs.
See like 10-17.
I'll say the same, but inverted. Texans winning.
Okay. So that's 4:30. That's on ESPN. That's the one playoff game ESPN has. It's kind of weird. I wasn't used to it. It happened last year.
I'll watch all these with you guys. I'm
Yeah.
actually legitimately I want to see them.
Good.
Invested. Good. So Saturday
Learning.
night, staying on the AFC side as well. It's the Steelers, who are a popular pick to
and the
make
Bengals,
it all the
right?
way at the Bengals.
Yeah.
And Andy Dalton,
easy win.
as of now, was not at practice. So I personally don't think he's going to play. And let's just be real, it doesn't really matter because Andy Dalton has as many playoff wins as we do. He's 0 for 4.
It's fine.
Bengals are a great team, though. Like, they have a lot of good players. I'd argue they have one of the best.
McCarron too.
They have one of the best rosters
Yeah.
in the league. And it's in Cincy. So who are you going to go with, Alex?
I'm going for Bengals are going to win.
Bengals
And,
going to win?
Yeah, I hate the Steelers. I think we both know why.
Why?
Oh yeah.
I think we've mentioned on the show because of our.
Oh,
teacher,
yeah.
anytime.
Okay.
We don't want to say the name in case he watches.
But what about you? What do you think?
I think since you'll win because I mean they're good with their quarterback and Pittsburgh just lost to Baltimore, so they're not like that impressive. Plus no Bell, and I don't know.
I mean, they've been without Bell all year. That offense is amazing. And I think in the playoffs, Big Ben outduels McCarron
Yeah.
So
in
you're-
Cincy. So
so
I'm
you're
going to
saying
take Pittsburgh,
Dare to be different.
27-24.
Okay, I'm going to say 17-10.
I'll say
Cincinnati's going to win, though. That's the type of score it needs to be.
Yeah, I know.
21-17.
You know, yeah. What is it?
21-17.
21-17. All right, so moving into Sunday, one of the coldest games in NFL history, they're saying. With the wind chill, it could get to -20.
Nice.
The high is 0.
The ball will
painful.
freeze.
The high is 0. Imagine getting tackled or catching a rock hard ball. Like, it's nuts. I can't imagine. I'd be dreading playing.
I can't picture it.
So it's in that college stadium. Minnesota, they're building a new stadium. So
Minnesota.
it's outside in Minnesota. It's just brutal. They're actually the first team. You probably saw this because our NFL buddies. They're the first team in NFL history to make the playoffs while playing in a temporary stadium. So this temporary stadium, it's the smallest one in the league, but it's going to be packed because Minnesota football in the playoffs, they're ready. But they're facing Seattle, who
Seahawks versus Vikings.
yes, who everyone Seahawks are kind of like the Steelers of the NFC.
Yeah.
They have success. They're like tested, and they think they're just good enough to win and maybe go all the way.
Well, you know what?
So-
they are good enough to win, and that's why I'm picking the Seahawks because last year I think they surprised everyone when they beat the Panthers.
No, not at all.
Didn't they beat the Panthers?
They
at
did
one
beat the
point?
Yeah, but
Panthers, but it
Panthers
was
sucked.
we were like average last year.
All right. Well, hey, I'm trying to make you guys.
Sucked is not right.
But yeah, I think the Seahawks will win.
Seahawks
That's what I'm
17-10?
saying. Yeah.
What about you?
17-10.
What's
Seattle.
the key to the game for you?
I feel like Minnesota has no offense. It's just Adrian Peterson, and Teddy Bridgewater's not going to throw over Legion of Boom.
That's
so.
true. Yeah, tough matchup. But I think the Vikings match up well with how they're playing currently. Because if you look at how they've played, the 2 games before last week, they've been blowing out teams. I'm sure you watched the Giants game. Obviously not the same Giants, but
Didn't happen.
it was kind of a combination of the Giants giving up and the Vikings they're playing well going into the playoffs.
So you
and
think
to go on
Vikings?
Lambeau and win, I'm actually going to take the Vikings at home.
Seattle's been on a roll also.
They lost Week 16 to the Rams. I don't get
yeah,
why
but
people
they
are
like
saying that.
steamrolled Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, but that really is irrelevant in the game. Like we say, it's hard to beat teams twice. It's a new game.
Wait, have they played this year? Seattle and Minnesota?
Yeah. Seattle blew them out
I don't
in
know.
Minnesota. And we saw how that could impact teams when, like, the Panthers blow out Falcons and Falcons come back and win. So, I mean, it's one of those games. Wouldn't surprise me if the Seahawks kill them. But, something in me is saying I think Vikings. Squeaker, I'll go 24-23 Vikings.
Yeah. 17-10.
I can see a last-second field goal here.
Yeah.
So
You?
like 30-14.
30-14. Closer than last time they played. So, could happen. Last game, we have the Washington Redskins hosting the Green Bay Packers.
Oh.
Redskins, NFC East was obviously weak this year, but they've been playing great recently. Kirk Cousins, he's going to get paid this offseason.
Ever since I like that. Did you see that?
You like that.
Or you like that?
Yeah. Ever since you like that, he's been balling. He's the only Redskins quarterback to throw a TD in every game of the year.
Really?
I wouldn't say an elite year, but, I mean, definitely made the right choice over RG3, I guess. It's a risky move.
Yeah, who would have thought the quarterback for their future would be Kirk
He was a
Cousins
healthy
instead of
scratch.
RG3?
So you think Redskins are going to clinch this?
Oh, no, I'm picking the Packers.
Oh, hey, me too.
Yeah, for sure. Not for sure. I mean, the Redskins are playing
Anything could
good ball.
happen.
Packers are not at all. But I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, especially in Kirk Cousins' first playoff game.
I'll pick Washington because Green Bay's not that good this year.
They really aren't if you look at the roster.
They lost their 3 home games to Lions, Bears, and Vikings. So
this isn't
they're
a
not
home
as good
game,
as they
though,
usually
right?
are.
It's on the road, yeah.
Yeah,
And
so there we go.
I think
They draw their strength from the road.
Washington's been clicking this year, and Jordan Reed's a beast.
Yeah, Jordan Reed, classic. This type of game, I think the NFC games are harder to pick for me. So I think I'm not as confident in this pick, but I think when in doubt, I'm going to take Rodgers, especially against the Redskins D, because the Redskins D is not the reason they've been so good recently. They don't really have that guy you need to game plan for. I mean, Ryan Kerrigan's good.
Deshaun Jackson.
No, I meant on defense, side of the ball with
Yeah.
Rodgers. So yeah, I think Rodgers. It won't be pretty, but he'll get it done. I'll say this is a 30-26 game.
I'd see like 24-27 Redskins.
I'm going to say 28-21.
Okay, so since this is a weekly or a monthly podcast, we're gonna do our projections based on what we picked.
Yes.
All the
Are
way
we,
to
so
Super Bowl.
Are we going to do like
Yeah.
the one after and then the one after that?
Yes.
Okay.
So you picked. Refresh me. You picked Texans.
Yeah, Texans,
Bengals,
Packers,
Packers,
and what was that for?
Seahawks.
Seahawks, yes.
Okay, so you're going to be doing the Texans at you said Texans and who else in the AFC? Bengals. Texans at Broncos in the second round.
Okay. Oh God, I'm gonna have to go with the Broncos on this
Okay.
one.
I in that scenario, I would 100% agree.
On the Broncos
No,
right
we
now?
don't know. It's crazy to me they got the number 1 seed without a good quarterback.
Yeah, me too.
But I mean that defense was legendary. Honestly, they had a great season. So you have the Broncos, and then you have Bengals at Patriots.
Oh, see that's a matchup right there. I think what isn't it?
It is a matchup
Yeah,
between
you.
two
It is a
teams.
matchup.
But
Yeah.
it's like now the Patriots. Let's say this right now. They have been doing something terrible recently by sucking.
Mhm.
So I think I'm gonna say that Bengals beat Patriots. They're gonna be high off their win, and they're gonna bring that momentum forward in the next game. They're gonna clinch it.
I like the bold. It's good.
Thank you.
Okay, so your AFC Championship then is a rematch between the Bengals in Denver, which we saw last Monday.
Yeah,
Who goes to the Super Bowl?
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Bengals going to the Super Bowl?
I think the Bengals are gonna clinch it.
All right, so again, on your NFC side, you have the Packers at the Cardinals.
Yes, Packers at the Cardinals, and I do believe that the Cardinals will win
Okay.
because reasons.
Then you have Seattle at Carolina.
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Rematch of last year.
I think Carolina. I think that's the choice, and I think with good reason. I think they're gonna mop the floor with the Seahawks.
Arizona at Carolina.
I think Carolina.
So you have a cat Super Bowl. You get the
I,
Bengals versus the
I have a
Panthers.
cat Super Bowl, and do you want to know who I think takes it home?
Who's doing it?
I think that the winner of the 2016 Super Bowl
Super Bowl 50.
will go to Carolina.
I like it.
I was almost going to say Bengals.
I knew you were making up your mind in the pause.
Yeah, because it's hard. I think Bengals will claw their way.
Good pun.
Thank you very much. But I think the Panthers are trying to prove something. I think they're trying to say, hey, we're one of the big boys, and we're going to get that Super Bowl. We're going to get that ring.
All right.
You get a ring, don't you?
I definitely would be happy.
Do you get a Super Bowl ring? Or
Who? Like who? The
the
players?
coach?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Asking
Yeah.
if I did. I was like, nope.
All the fans get a ring.
All right, Mike. You had the Texans and the Steelers. So you have.
No, I had Chiefs.
Oh, you had Chiefs? Oh, that's right. So Chiefs and Steelers. So the 2 road teams.
And I had Bengals.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Well, good thing you changed your mind, or you told me that. So Bengals and Chiefs. So Chiefs at Broncos.
Chiefs at Broncos. I'll say Chiefs.
Okay. Tell me why.
They already beat Denver this year, so I think they can do it again.
Okay. You like how they match up in Denver?
Yeah, plus
Being hot.
plus who knows the quarterback.
Exactly.
Peyton's even good anymore.
All right. And then you had Bengals at Patriots, like Alex.
I'll go New England.
Okay.
They've looked like the second best team all year, even with a bunch of injuries.
Okay.
And it's A.J. McCarron versus Tom Brady in Foxborough. So
100% agree. Chiefs in New England for the Super Bowl.
New England.
New England's going back.
Chiefs are good, but they can't take down like elite teams. Like
So you're
New
not
England.
you're not scared by their play like a lot of people recently.
What do you mean?
Scared of playing bad down the stretch.
New England?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They've
Bill
been
Chuck's
here
too
before.
good at like
Mhm.
game planning.
NFC, you had Washington and Seattle, correct?
Mhm.
So you have Washington traveling to Arizona.
Washington, Arizona. They look
Arizona.
like the best team in the NFC all year.
That's not true. But Seattle at Carolina.
Seattle, Carolina. I'll say Seattle because it's very hard to sweep a team in the year.
Mm-hmm.
And they played earlier this year and Carolina won.
Okay. I mean, that's, I guess, a good reason.
Plus, no Charles Tillman. It's a big blow.
It's a reach. Seattle at Arizona.
I'll get Arizona because they have a lot of weapons on offense and good defense.
Say weapons.
I'd say
I like that.
I'd say what
That's
Mike
a
picked.
thing.
Arizona.
No, I like it.
Arizona, New England is the most popular pick for
Yeah.
what's going to happen. So who do you think is going to take it?
Arizona.
Arizona gets it this year, their first ever.
That's the most popular pick. Arizona, New England.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm on
because
Team Panthers.
because the AFC's weak, and then Arizona, people are hot on them.
I think
Carson
Patriots are
Palmer's
screwing
having
up
an
though.
MVP
I don't
year.
think they're gonna
But
make
he's
it.
not winning the MVP because he's not MVP, which we'll get to right after this when I tell you mine.
Boo.
Steelers
Bias.
at Broncos. I'm taking the Steelers, especially like Mike said, without a quarterback and Big Ben. Love that offense. Chiefs at Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots. I don't see Alex Smith winning in Foxborough. Steelers at Patriots. I'm taking the Steelers to go to the Super Bowl. I just think they're dangerous once they get in. And I think they're getting to the Super Bowl. NFC side, Green Bay at Carolina. I'm taking Carolina. I think we match up really well with them. They're going to try to run the ball with Lacey. I don't think he'll have any success because our defense is too fast. Rodgers will probably get his like he did last time we played, but I think we're just a better team at home. And then Minnesota at Arizona. I think this could get ugly in the playoffs. I think Minnesota might be riding high after they beat Seattle in my bracket. Arizona is really well-rounded and have looked like one of the best teams in the NFC. And I think they win. And I think Arizona-Carolina is a matchup of the 2 best teams in the NFL. They just happen to be on the same side. But I really think, truly, we're going to win. So I think Pittsburgh-Carolina, which I did pick before the year. Didn't think it would be with us being 15-1. But, yeah, I'm going to agree with Alex. I think we're going to win it all this year. We're just really well-rounded, and I like our
Sorry,
chances.
Mike. You know,
It's
you
perfectly
don't
fine.
have experience on the show, so you lack the knowledge.
But we're all going with the NFC to win it because I think clearly the NFC is way better. If you look,
Yeah.
even if you look at the quarterbacks in the playoffs, other than Brady and Big Ben, you got 4 really underwhelming players.
You guys are highly underestimating the power of the Bengal.
I don't know, man. I just can't.
A.J. McCarron.
They're good. They do this every year.
Yeah.
They look good every year because they're so talented.
But they don't have Dalton now.
But
That's what's been holding them back.
You think so?
Yes.
Maybe in the playoffs. Who knows? If McCarron wins and Dalton gets healthy, what do you do? Depends how you win.
Dalton.
Yeah, I could see McCarron maybe winning and then Dalton coming losing.
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
All right, last part that I have 2 awards that we'll discuss. First, Coach of the Year. Mike and I were talking about this. Mike has a differing opinion than me, and I'm interested in what his points on it. So, Mike, who's your Coach of the Year?
I like Andy Reid.
Okay, and why?
Chiefs started off 1-5, looked like one of the worst teams in the NFL, and then they lost their star player, and then they won 11 in a row. Like, that never happens. And Andy Reid's always been a good coach, but I think
Good
he's even
coach.
better this year.
Do you think is that if you were voting, or is that who you think will win?
That's if I was voting.
Okay. Is there a different answer who you think will win?
Just like based on what's popular, I'd say Ron Rivera.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to say Ron Rivera because I think what we've done this year, even though I think we have a really good roster, I think 15-1 is something that I wouldn't have even guessed. So I think what he's done, how he's taken the personalities on our team with all the people that complain about how they do it and let them be themselves, because without that swagger per se that like people like Cam and Norman play with, we're not 15-1. So I think the way he's just handled men more so than just coaching, he's going to win the award. But I think Bruce Arians deserves a mention, and I think he's the best coach in the league.
What does he coach, your guy?
Maybe other than Belichick.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Do they have like a quote-unquote Cam Newton on their team? No?
They have Alex Smith.
So
No one has a Cam Newton on their team.
Well, that if I'm making a choice based on what I've heard, I think I agree with yours, just because if they don't have a Cam Newton, which I think Cam Newton's a big part of winning, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really impressive what you laid on me. So
Good deal.
you're the winner.
Lastly, MVP. Who's your MVP?
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Yeah, unanimous.
Hey,
I think it's
Cam. Come on the show.
So yeah, Cam Newton MVP. That's all I got for this. Yeah, sports.
Yeah.
Really good time to be a sports fan right
When's the
What a
Super
time to
Bowl?
be
Do you know what day?
now. First Saturday in February.
Give me the date. Give it to me.
I'd have to look.
Look it.
It is February 7th.
February 7th. That is a great day to be alive.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this then. For the next episode, let's do it after the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So we have like a Super Bowl kind of more of a discussion.
Sure.
You know, I think it'll be more fun.
If it ends anything like last
Or-
Super Bowl.
Right
we'll
after the
talk
Super
about
Bowl?
Or
Right
should
before.
we do should we do it right before and then do like picks and see how like if we like were right about our choices and stuff.
I say after
I don't know
there's
if
a lot more
Mike has a lot of
discussion.
pull in this discussion. If we're talking about it.
It's fine.
Just give me my
What
opinion.
what would you prefer? Do you think we should do one before and then March, because March is a slow
could do one
month? We
both.
could do Super Bowl then.
You could do one both.
Although we might get more hits if it's right after the Super Bowl too. So
I think we'll feel it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll fill that out, and then so we have Wild Card Weekend this weekend.
Yes.
And also
I have something that I
Oh,
forgot.
yeah, go ahead.
Who did we say who we think's going to win the college, or just who we want? I know I said who do you think is going to win?
Clemson.
You think Clemson.
Yeah.
Just so we have it on record. You think
It's both Alabama.
okay.
Yeah.
Same
All
for
right.
me.
Same for me.
All right,
Awesome.
sweet.
So Wild Card Weekend this weekend, and also on the cinematic side of the world, the Golden Globes are this weekend. Sunday night at 8 after the last college or after the last football game. So that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be watching, right, Mike?
Looking forward to it.
Yep. So yeah, I think that we good here.
Yeah, Mike, great job. Thanks for coming, man.
Mike,
Yeah,
you
no
were a
problem.
real
You
trooper.
killed it, man.
Anytime I'll just fly down,
Yeah.
be on your podcast.
You're not gonna be in Kentucky though every time.
Oh,
so
damn.
yeah. Sorry to break it to you.
Good point.
Unless you like the city and you want to stay there forever.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Have a happy January, and we'll see you after the Super Bowl or before the Super Bowl, depending on when we felt it out.
All
Enjoy
right.
your month.
Good night.
Yeah.
Wait, is this thing still going?